So here we are back with the action in as we approach early evening on Saturday. Ronan McCarthy versus Rob Wharne from the losers section. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's losers round 3 it is. Scott Gillespie, Omar Mounted game still going on. That one didn't start till late on the winner's side. Scott's 10-4 up. So Omar not able to reproduce his form from last night, which saw him knock out Mark Boyle into the loser's side. Talking to Mark Boyle, he's 3-1 up against Ben Davis. Lee Washbrook on the hill, 7-6 up against Dan Davey. Tony Halpin, 5 each against Ben Rowland. Half and Dad, 6-2 against Ryan Clark. Yannick Beaufils is on the hill, 7-4 up against Stevie Dempsey. Adam Davis, 3-2 up on Lee Clough. That's a battle. John Chapman, 7-6 up against Christy Colefield. Darren Appleton, 2 each with Gav Robinson. We talked about banana skins a few times this weekend. That could be a banana skin for Darren. Shane Thompson is 3-1 down against Ryan Pisani. Mick Hill, 7-3 against Mike King. That's the second time Mike King's played Mick Hill in this series, with no success. Sean Chipperfield against Matt Schofield, 1 each, and Jez Graham against Lewis Calcutt, 1 each. So that's us up to date with the games that are ongoing, and now we can focus on this match, which has just begun. Ronan McCarthy against Rob Wharne. And
frame, Rob Wharne to break, trailing 1 frame to 0. Time running. Ball. Ball in hand, 1 visit behind the break line. Time running.
So an early mistake from Rob gives Ronan another opportunity.
Reds in play.
And already you've got to fancy Ronan to take these and go out to a 2-frame-to-0 lead. Of course, Rob Wharne, one of the current England internationals. Very good player. Not been given any chances yet. Tricky little cut back to centre. No good. Just caught the near knuckle. That was an awkward little shot. But now it presents Rob with a very good chance. And one he should definitely be taking. It's not a problem, but I don't really know if he wanted to cannon that. Kind of played it in a way that it seemed he did, but that was a natural plant to top corner, so not quite sure why he needed to. Regardless, it's no drama. Proper shine to those shoes. Look at those sparklers. He's had the polish on those this morning, that's for sure. So another mistake, unforced error from Rob Wharne, not capitalising on Ronan's earlier mistake, and that's 2-0.
Frame number 3, Ronan McCarthy to break, leading 2 frames to 0. Time running.
Virtually the last ball moving there found its way into the pocket. And Ronan very much in charge. And again, that could have gone wrong, but worked out absolutely perfectly. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear. And it was something that we mentioned during Mark Farnsworth's game. When he just runs out of position, he just takes his medicine and he'll leave a longer shot. And like there, Ronan punched that off the top rail, trying to get a bit closer to his work, but ultimately it's cost him. And another chance for Rob. That was always going to be a bit of a big ask. The red was looming big in the way. Would have done very well to pop the one over the pocket and open things up. And he's going to have to reroute now. He's going to take the bottom one of the two and then try to use the one above it to go up table. Now the problem is with this, apart from the fact that he's on the cushion with hamper queuing, is that he really is leaving all his eggs in one basket. If he doesn't get it right, then he has no other options available to him. Now, he has to go up table. He has to either move the yellow out or clear the pocket, but he's going to be very, very lucky to land on the yellow. Trusting to luck now. He's just left this too late in the frame. So there he's going to clear the ball, but the white's just going to follow in. Even if it had stayed on the table, you'd have been left with a horrible shot. And just presents Ronan with another simple chance. So guys, who's your pick? Who do you fancy still in the field? Winner's qualification is going to be Phil Harrison versus Chris Melling. That's going to be tonight. I know they haven't decided. Oh, they have decided the stream tables. I tell a lie. So 8 p.m. session in the main arena. You're going to have Phil Harrison versus Chris Melling. Only the small matter of. I mean, that is a clash of the titans, right there. What a game that! I mean, wow. Then you have Gareth Hibbett versus Josh Kane. I still wonder whether Gareth Hibbett's ever played on this main arena table. I don't think he has. In 5 events, I don't think he's ever played on the main arena. He must have done, surely, at some point, yeah. Paul's nodding. I just can't remember. Terrible memory nowadays. Declan Brennan versus Carl Morris. Jack Whelan versus Craig Waddingham. Liam Dunster against Carl O'Donoghue. John McAllister versus Tom Cousins. Gary Clark against Richard Toomey. And over on table 11, the other streamed table with commentary, Craig Lakin versus Scott Gillespie. And that's winners' qualification. The winners of those games will go into the last 16 and await the 8 from the losers section. But of course, in the losers section, you've still got players like Mark Boyle. Yannick Beaufils has now gone through against Stevie Dempsey. You got Mick Hill, still featuring in this tournament, still there in the losers section. Mark Farnsworth in the losers section, Jordan Shepherd, Carl Boyes, Rob Chilton, Jordan Church, Clint Jansen. So the question is, who's your pick? Danelius is saying Chris Melling. Well, he's got to get past the 2 times winner Phil Harrison first. And Ray makes a valid point. Chris Melling has made some charges, roared through the field a couple of times, and then ended up just kind of fizzling out a little bit, hasn't he? A couple of times now. I think he Got it in my mind that he played Phil Harrison in one of the earlier events as well. But yeah, he kind of has sort of fizzled out. Kind of gone across into the loser's side, and yeah, can he do that extra push? Melvin's got it there. Declan Brennan, he is a dark horse. Really, really cracking player. That's nice from Ronan, but he's developed one and put the other one in trouble. And I think he's got the wrong angle to punch across. May just be able to nick a bit of the pocket and just punch that red out of the way, but it looks like he's got slightly the wrong angle. Can you manufacture it? Oh, played off the yellow. Very clever. Wily old goat, isn't he? He does hit a nice cue ball, doesn't he? I mean, it never fails to amaze me how consistent this chap is. Every event he plays in, every tournament. It's now 4 frames to 0. So much experience on their shoulders. And so relaxed, he's just taking a moment to look across and see what's happening in the other games. Almost seems as if his game is just a minor distraction.
Frame number 5, Ronan McCarthy to break, leading 4 frames to 0. Time running. Time running.
So Rob now has another very good chance from this dry break. And when it's not going right, it just doesn't go right, does it? Just a little kick shot to push the red into the open, and he's snookered himself on anything easy. Just left himself this very, very difficult shot down to bottom corner. He played that very, very well. Considering he's barely been at the table in the last 4 frames, he cued that like a dream. This is better from Rob. Cueing the ball better. He does have a problem here though, and that the black is not available to left corner, right corner, top right, top left corner, or centre. So, what does he do here? He's just going to screw into the yellow next to it and leave himself with a problem. He looks disappointed, but I'm not entirely sure what he expected to happen there. He was always going to cannon that ball full ball. He obviously needed a little bit of run, but even if he'd have landed half an inch to the left, he's got nothing to top corner. May have been able to go cushion first off the back of the yellow. Now he's got this skinny little pot to top corner, and that's not going to drop. And it's just not happening for Rob at the moment. And he showed a little splash in the middle of there of what he's capable of, but just saying to his friend that I don't know, maybe just can't settle. He's not had a lot of luck on this table. He played a money match on here as a precursor to event 3 against Paul Riley and lost that one. Again, not entirely convinced that Ronan's played this to top corner. I think he would have been trying to get a little further across and play it to middle, but really is no drama. You can now just drop this in, run off the side rail onto the top cushion for this yellow along the top cushion, and the black's just waiting. Now it's going to be 5-0, and you can see Rob just shaking his head in the corner. He'll be very disappointed with what has happened so far. Definitely just a tiny bit of frustration in that break because he absolutely belted them. We have seen some glittering footwear this weekend. Chris Melling had some sparkling shoes on, and these look like some kind of crocodile shoes or alligator skin or something along those lines. There we go, look at that. What do you reckon that is? Is that what they call Crocs? I heard people mentioning Crocs quite a lot. Wearing them out the garden. My missus asked me if she wanted me to buy her to buy me a pair of Crocs. But if they look like that, I'm not sure I do. Ben Rowland's another one. Ben wears some extremely pretty shoes. I mean, it's just not happening, is it? He's left a double, but he just wanted to run across the face and leave a straight black into the middle. Everything's just being made so difficult for him. No. I mean, it's times like this when you just want to hang your cue up, isn't it? And Ronan really just being presented with chance after chance. Nicely controlled shot now, just to run this white off one cushion. Oh, much closer to the middle bag than he would have been looking to go. Very, very fortunate not to go in off, but just caught that far knuckle, and this half ball, no, just played across it. And Ronan will be mindful. He's just sat there and watched the whole frame, the whole match of Mark against Craig Waddingham, and Mark had a marvellous chance to go 6 frames ahead at 8-2. Ronan just had a great chance to go 6 frames ahead at 6-0. You can't take Rob Wharne lightly. They don't give away England places with co-op stamps nowadays. You don't find them in boxes of cornflakes, so he's earned that right. Very, very good player. So Ronan won't want a repeat of what happened to Mark. Will that come back to bite him? You'd think not, but stranger things have happened.
Frame number 7, Ronan McCarthy to break, leading 5 frames to 1. Time limit.
Wow. Could that possibly have been a turning point in the match? Gareth Potts mentioned earlier, it's amazing how many times a little bit of poor play comes back and bites you. And sometimes it bites you and it costs you 1 frame, and sometimes it bites you and the next thing you know it's cost you 2 or 3 frames. It's the pool gods just playing with you.
Reds in play.
Wow. Just all at sea at the moment. Shaking his head, just cannot work out what he's doing. Looks a bit miffed. And of course, still an open table.
10 seconds. 5, 4.
Well, I'm assuming it's an open table. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe Rob is actually on reds. Yeah, of course, he potted one, didn't he? He potted the opener. Knowing that Ronan has to play from where the cue ball lies. He's basically just thrown down the gauntlet and said, off you go. But I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Ronan clear from here. It's not quite gone to plan. He wanted that red to release maybe just another inch up the table. Played a very similar shot to the one he played a minute ago, but this one will be far more effective. Again, Chinese snookered on the one that he would have wanted to play, so plan B again. Looking to clear all these balls at the bottom of the table now and take the one at the top as his last ball to get onto the black. Maybe just came a touch further than ideal. If he was straight, he could just screw straight back off the cushion. He probably still can, actually, just nick a bit. It just means he's not quite as close to his work. He could have screwed back out to around about the blue spot, but none of this should present any problems. And now, this fairly easy black to reduce the deficit by 3 frames. Now it's 5 frames to 2 from a situation where Ronan should really have been 6-0. And again, he had a chance in that frame. Rob played a couple of good tactical shots in the middle. Still just a shake of the head, wondering what is going wrong. A bit seized at the moment, not quite clicking for him, but he can play his way back into the game. Not all over yet. As always, if you could please like and share this stream, whether you're watching on
Frame number 8. Rob Ward to break, trailing 5
Facebook
frames.
or
Time limit.
on YouTube. Rob needs a ball. Doesn't get one. Oh, well. Another miss that you just don't expect from Ronan McCarthy. And even if he'd made it, didn't quite get the position that he wanted. So Rob I was going to say you could choose either set really. A much easier opener on the red. And that's a nice shot. Just, I think, just got to where he needs to be. And now, suddenly, it could be 5-3. And when we talked about the comeback on from Craig Waddingham against Mark Farnsworth, picking up on that one error, that one positional error when Mark Farnsworth Chinese snookered himself and cost him a 8-2 lead. Well, Ronan McCarthy had a great chance to go 6-0. Suddenly, Rob will be absolutely over the moon if he can pinch his frame, because this was a game that he pretty much already lost the way things were going. Yeah, it wasn't quite ideal. Just as they say, we use the phrase "you got to take medicine," and say I'd rather have a shot at it than try something expansive. Really nice. And now looks a totally different player. Five frames to 3. Pressure on Ronan McCarthy's break. This is a funny old game, isn't it? Who used to say that? Jimmy Greaves, wasn't it? It's a funny old game.
Ronan McCarthy to break, leading 5 frames to 3. Time running.
Big break for Ronan this one. Makes the ball. And that's exactly what he would have been hoping for. Great opportunity here on reds. Difficult to see how he's going to miss these. That was a well-controlled shot. It was one that could have gone wrong. Ronan really showing his class here. Rob coming back at him in strides, but Ronan having none of it. Six 3 now. Other scores in the room. Down Appleton 7-5 against Gavin Robinson on the hill. Ryan Bassani on the hill 7-4 against Shane Thompson. Lewis Calcutt 5-4 up against Jez Graham. Craig Brown on the hill against Drew Hughes 7-3. And those are from losers round 3. Losers round 4 games are also underway. Jordan Shepherd 6-3 up against Lee Washbrook. Carl Boys 2-1 up against Tony Halpin. Arf and Dad 4-0 against Chris Day. Ian Ali 2-1 up against Yannick Beaufils. Christy Colefield 6-2 against Jimmy Croxton. Get this for a score or for a result. This game, bearing in mind this game started at 6:30, it's already over in less than 40 minutes. Dan McVicker 8, Stefan Rossini 3. 11 frames in under 40 minutes using the shark rack. Jordan Church pushed to the loser side by Craig Lakin. Now 1-1 against Dylan Leary. Jordan Templeton, who beat Ronan McCarthy yesterday, is now playing Mick Hill. He leads 2 frames to 1. We'll watch that match with a close interest. Jordan, not frightened of the big events, big games. Ronan McCarthy now to take advantage of the dry break from Rob Wharne. And Ronan's very much stopped the rot. And looking very good for his 7 frames to 3 lead. And he goes onto the hill. And you feel there's no way back from Rob Wharne. Ronan's going to be breaking in the 11th frame.
Frame number 11, Ronan McCarthy to break, leading 7 frames to 3. Time running.
Jordan Shepherd's just gone 7-3 against Lee Washbrook. Lee Washbrook at risk and about to go home. Mark Boyle and Ben Davis are 7 frames each, and they're on a decider. That's over on table 11 if you want to catch up with the drama. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So 4 balls remain between Ronan McCarthy and his next losers round match. Over on table 11 at 7 apiece between Mark Boyle and Ben Davis. Mark Boyle is at the table. Just overrun slightly from Ronan. It won't matter. You can just play a little stun shot now, just stun into the red next to the yellow, which is going to hold it for the black to centre. Rob looking over his shoulder. I think he's just getting ready for the handshake. Well, just lost it to bottom cushion, which made it slightly more difficult, but you fancy Ronan to get this one. And there it is. Ronan McCarthy sinks that ball and shakes hands with Rob Wharne, and it's a safe journey to Rob. Back off and the motorway, and it just wasn't there for him today. We'll get Ronan McCarthy into the interview room for a few words, and we'll see you all again shortly. Good evening, everyone. I'm joined by Ronan McCarthy. Ronan, that was, well, I mean, it's an easy game when your opponent hands you that many chances.
Yeah, Rob struggled. He struggled with his break. He struggled with his finishes. He struggled badly. Even the 3 frames he won, I sort of had my chances to win them. I sort of fell asleep a wee bit during the middle of the game. I should probably won every frame there, and sort of handed him back 3 and sort of nearly let him back into the match, but
Yeah.
I got there in the end, you know. But
Yeah, he started coming back at you at. I mean, you had a chance to go
Yeah.
6-0,
Yeah.
and then.
I had chances the next 2 as well.
And I suddenly started thinking it was a little bit reminiscent of Mark's
game. Yeah,
But he
and
has
I
got
was thinking that too,
yeah.
because I watched Mark's game and I'm thinking, you know, I can't let this slip the way Mark did. And
Yeah.
luckily enough, the breaks came out for him in the last 3 frames, and,
Yeah.
and you know, they weren't sitting too hard. So I got there in the end. Yeah.
So I've seen you mention a couple of times on social media about the rules. How are you finding the rules?
I think they're the best rules I've ever played. I've told everybody that, and there's just a couple of wee changes I would maybe make. Like earlier on, the fella he put the cue ball off the table from the break, and to me, like, that should be ball in hand.
Yeah.
But because he never got 3 by the line, he actually had to re-rack them,
Yeah.
and I got the break. But to me, it's not really a big advantage, because he's obviously hit them that bad from the break
Yeah.
that he hasn't been punished.
Yeah.
You know, so I should have had at least the option, because it actually a very easy finish, and I had to re-rack them. And the chances are, you know, you might have a harder finish, or you might have a dry break, and then it's advantage him.
Yeah.
So just wee things like that. Maybe
Just a couple of tweaks here and
yeah,
there.
a couple of tweaks, but I think they're the fairest rules. And this 2 shots carry and free shot, it's not good for. If you're a top player, you shouldn't need that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ball in hands, fair enough. You still have to take them out with 1 shot, but if you're a good enough player,
Yeah.
you know, if you're a professional player or at this level, you shouldn't need 2 shots.
Yeah.
So I think it's a far better game that way.
And talking about social media, I noticed Declan Brennan put up a post the other day of you at the airport. Is that true that you forgot your cue?
No, it was a wind up.
Oh,
no,
was it?
No, I was just trying to see who would be the first to bite. And,
It must have almost been me then, because
well, you were one in Farnsworth and Potts, the usual, they straight on the phone. What have you done now, Mac? No, I was just seeing who I could get, and of course, plenty of fish jumping in there. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Ronan, just keep fighting through the losers side, I guess. That's the plan for now, yeah?
Yeah, just keep. Just
Only a couple of games left now to get back across.
Maybe three
more?
maybe 2 tonight and 1 in the morning, I hope.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm still on it, so I feel like if I get the chances, I can still win the competition.
Yeah.
But it's about getting chances, you know.
You've been at the business end nearly every event, haven't you?
Yeah. Like I say, I feel like I'm playing okay. Just the odd wee mistake here and there that if I cut it out, you know, I could do a bit of damage. But
Yeah.
it's getting chances. The match I lost early on, I never really got that many chances, you know. But I feel like if I get the chances, I can do damage, like.
Absolutely sure you can. Well, best of luck for the rest of the
Cheers,
tournament,
man.
Ronan.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good
So,
luck.
coming up imminently, what a game we've got planned for you. Chris Melling against Phil Harrison. Stay tuned for that one.